This gang, fueled by street racing, illegal car modding, and ruthless ambition, took Stillwater by storm. In today's video, we'll uncover the story behind the Westside Rollerz, how they rose to power, what made them tick, and what ultimately led to their downfall.
That was a hell of an explosion. You okay, player?
I got ran over by a motherfucking truck, what'd you think?
Oh, quit being a bitch.
The Westside Rollerz may not have been the largest or most fearsome gang in Stillwater, but they definitely carved out a niche that made them a significant power player. The gang was based in the affluent yet grimy areas of Stillwater, specifically the suburbs and industrial zones of the city's west side. Unlike other gangs in the game, who focused on drugs, protection rackets, and violent turf wars, the Rollerz took a different approach. The Rollerz were all about cars, specifically street racing, custom car modifications, and of course, illegal operations centered around stealing, modding, and selling high-performance vehicles. This unique focus helped them appeal to a more niche audience and gave them a distinctive personality. They were like a dangerous underground racing crew, and anyone who crossed them soon found out that they were more than just gearheads. The origins of the Westside Rollerz are somewhat shrouded in mystery. What we do know is that they were born out of a mix of Stillwater's street racing scene and the criminal underworld. Car enthusiasts and skilled mechanics became partners in crime. But soon, their love of cars was overshadowed by their growing ambition to control the west side of the city, turning them into one of the dominant gangs in Stillwater. Every great gang needs a mastermind, and for the Westside Rollerz, that man was William Sharp. A savvy and cutthroat businessman, Sharp wasn't your typical gang leader. Unlike the more volatile or brutal leaders of other gangs, Sharp was cold, calculating, and always had a plan. He used the Rollerz street racing business as a front for more nefarious activities, including arms deals and money laundering. But while Sharp was the brains of the operation, he needed muscle to keep the Rollerz running. Enter Joseph Price, Sharp's nephew, and a reckless, hot-headed second in command. Joe was all about proving his worth, trying to step out of his uncle's shadow. His temper and impulsive decisions often put the gang in difficult situations, but there's no denying that his sheer brutality made him an effective enforcer. He was the hammer to Sharp's scalpel. Then there's Donnie, probably the most sympathetic and conflicted character of the group. Donnie was the Rollerz' top mechanic and a loyal soldier. Donnie genuinely loved cars, which is why he joined the Rollerz in the first place. However, as the gang's criminal operations escalated, Donnie found himself caught between his passion for the automotive world and his loyalty to his friends.
Donnie, get down! What are you waiting for? Get in!
We got to get out of here!
I think you scratched my hood.
Look,
Motherfucker.
Of course, the Saints' rise to power in Stillwater wasn't going to be smooth sailing, and one of the first major hurdles they faced was the Westside Rollerz. The Saints needed to dismantle the Rollerz' stranglehold on the west side, and they did so methodically. The player is tasked with sabotaging their operations, from destroying custom cars to ambushing high-profile street races. But the real blow came when the Saints went after the Rollerz' leadership, causing internal fractures in the gang. As the playa continued to chip away at their resources, the tension between Joseph Price and William Sharp begins to boil over. Joseph's brash tactics lead to costly mistakes, while Sharp tries to keep everything under control. This internal conflict becomes their undoing.
I'll handle this.
I don't give a shit what you do to Lynn, but you better not hurt Donnie.
Of course, Joseph. I'll keep that in mind.
As the Saints relentlessly attacked the Rollerz, the gang began to crumble. Joseph Price, who constantly felt overshadowed by his uncle, became more erratic. His impulsiveness reached a breaking point when he started taking matters into his own hands, even against William Sharp's orders. Shortly after Lynn's death, the player kills William Sharp, and with his death, the Rollerz power structure collapses. In a reckless bid for power, Joseph tries to assert his dominance by attacking the Saints head-on.
Bitches from the road showed up, and when they stepped, what did we do? They fucked up our rates and we just took it. They fucked up our deliveries and we just took it. And now they killed my uncle, and who knows what the fuck they did to Donnie. Now I'm only gonna say this once. We're not gonna sit here and fucking take it. Hell no. Yeah. Let them up, boys. We're burning Saints Row to the ground.
Of course, this leads to his demise at the hands of the player, delivering the final blow to the gang's leadership.
That was a hell of an explosion. You okay, player?
I got ran over by a motherfucking truck, what'd you think?
Oh, quit being a bitch.
Their operations, once sleek and efficient, are in shambles. And with no leadership to rally behind, the remaining members scatter to other gangs across the country and to an emerging powerhouse in Japan called the Ronin, leaving their territory for the Saints to claim. In the end, the Westside Rollerz were a gang fueled by speed and greed, but like many before them, they learned the hard way that in Stillwater, there's always a bigger shark waiting to take a bite. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Westside Rollerz. What was your favorite moment from their storyline? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth looks at the world of Saints Row. Until next time, stay safe out there in Stillwater.